just going to talk about some very basic stuff. This is essentially a beginner to intermediate class. I'm not expecting you to have a camera and take notes and things like that. This is really just go, aha, that's why that picture looks great. When I see a picture, you know, that is, for whatever reason, makes you feel something right here. You know, that's the thing that makes me love photography. That's what makes me want to share it with other people. I mean, I found my old point and shoot camera in my sock drawer yesterday, where it's been sitting for a couple years, and it was the same quality as my smartphone camera. You know, somebody came up with the idea for what I just talked about. You know, a camera where you see the reverse of whatever the image is on a surface. But it took another 800 years for somebody to come up with a method of capturing an image. The first thing is framing. When you are looking at whatever it is that you want to take a picture of, you should be thinking of it in terms of, how do I frame this image so that when someone else looks at it, that the viewer's eye is drawn from front to back to front, etc. It's just like anything else that you're doing where you're trying to create an impression. You want to make somebody see something or feel something. So I use the trees and the bench and all these sorts of things to kind of add depth. So you don't feel like this picture is one-dimensional, you feel like, you know, it keeps on going. Rule of thirds, probably something most of you haven't heard. It's been in use in art for thousands of years. The old masters used it before photography was ever invented. If you look at how these lines intersect, none of them are dead center in the middle of the image. And part of it is, it leads your eye. So your eye follows this pier out towards the sunset. You know, it's pretty simple and straightforward once you actually start taking pictures. You know, here your eye is drawn along these palm trees. It was actually these leading lines that really attracted me to this image in the first place. You know, the way the sun and the shadow is drawing your eye towards this focal point of the tree. You know, if you've ever taken a picture inside and it comes out really reddish orange, that's because candlelight and you know, from electric bulb are generally really pretty reddish and warm, similar to sunrise and sunset. Let's talk about what makes a picture great versus ordinary or blah. There's a lot of reasons. You know, one is photos that are simple, photos that make you feel something, photos that don't make your brain have to do a whole bunch of work to figure out what am I looking at. So here's an example of simple versus busy. You know, picture on the right, you can barely see the grasshopper, you know, on the left. The praying mantis looks like he's about to come out and eat. Some pictures can be humorous. The quality of this picture is not so great, but there's a house on fire in the background, and here you have a fireman picking out pumpkins at a pumpkin patch. This is an example of somebody probably used a very nice camera to get this bird that's wings flap at 600 beats a minute to look like it's frozen in midair. And of course the bird is focused like a laser on whatever it is it's about to eat next. Favorites, this is a technique called panning, and you can do it with a smartphone or any type of camera where anything that's moving fast in a straight line, if you move your camera with you as you're taking the picture, you can get these types of effects. So one of the things I was going to leave you with is one of the ways to learn about really good photos of any type you want, any type you're interested in, is to go to photo sharing sites like Flickr. I've been using Flickr for about 10 years, and it's free. You can go on there, you can put in any type of search term. The smartphone came out in 2004, and in 2005, point and shoot cameras were having their best year ever. Fast forward to 2009, and today, last year, point and shoot cameras in 1 year lost 48% of market share. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you coming out.